Can we still stand strong? Can we still continue to water that man with our personalities? Can we still continue to show up for him and show up for Ileri Oluwa Oladimeji Aloba, aka Mohbad? Can we? Let's not deter. For me, I have come into this by my own free will, of my own free will. I became an advocate a long time ago for women and children. No one can stop me. And I know some of us have been having sleepless nights. Whether you're an advocate or not, by proxy, you are now an advocate. Let us continue to hold our hands together. I don't care who you are. As long as you are here with good intentions to fight for justice for Mohbad, to ensure that we follow up with everything that will lead us to that justice, that will lead us to see good results, that will lead us to getting the culprit or anything that has to do with Ileri Oluwa Oladimeji's demise. I am ready to do that with you. Now, all of us can come in here and talk, turn on the camera and throw things there. But you know what? There are things to be done. Toxicology we're talking about. Autopsy we're talking about. I want to know, is it being done? Are they going to conduct a private toxicology or a private autopsy? Oh, yes. Okay. How do we know that? How do we contribute our own quota? Some of us will go extra lengths to find out if we can be a part of that, if we can move things. Because I tell you the truth, one person cannot do this alone. Whether you have a lawyer or not, the masses, the people, the public, they matter. They matter. Because in that public, you will find lawyers, you will find advocates, you will find doctors, you will find police officers, people in the military. Let's be realistic. Different people from different walks of lives coming together, putting their expertise together to assist with this justice for Mohbad. They are very important. All I'm saying is give them the opportunity to assist in helping. Assist in helping. Only Mr. Muyiwa cannot do this alone. Baba Mohbad cannot do this alone. I beg you people, please, let us too not be complicated. I see text messages, I see messages, who send them? Who asked them to go there? The world is funny, including myself. You know, we want something, we want black. As soon as we're providing black, or we're provided black, we'll be like, okay, can they manage that black? Who even asked them? When they fail, who asked them to bring black? Please, let us come together like we have done before, in our hands together, our knees on the floor, our hands together, in humility, in the way that we can, in unison and in unity, to continue to pursue this justice for Mohbad, using our brains and our hearts, not to castigate people, but to come together to assist in every way that we can. Justice for Mohbad. I love you all. Thank you so much. And thank you, Sister Ditola, for giving me this opportunity.
All right. Thank you so much. God bless you. More wisdom, knowledge towards you. God bless your family and all that you lay your hands on. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. The boss man, are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here. Hello,
okay.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you were, depending on where you're watching. I thank you, Madam Adetola, for giving me this opportunity to come to your platform.
You're very welcome.
We do appreciate that, and it's actually nice working with you. All right. You know, justice for Mohbad. You know, I am Casey Bossman. I am more of an introvert. I don't do social media things, you know. But I started. I joined the Justice for Mohbad right from the beginning when they buried Mohbad, and when some group of people, neighbors, around the neighborhood of Baba Mohbad went to Baba Mohbad's house and started interviewing, and then he was talking, and he said his own side of the story, and I was like, oh, and I jumped into the Justice for Mohbad movement, and before knowing anything, because all my account was private, you know, I don't post anything. I unblock everything. I started going to different blogs, different platforms, advocating for Baba Mohbad. Why? Because I discovered that he said alert, and I asked for someone. I got connected to him, so I interviewed him myself, and I got more of information from him. So I started going to different blogs, to talk on behalf of Mr. Aloba. When I discovered that we offer Fiowa Lagba Babanya Luki, you know, that was how I found myself in Justice for Mohbad. And regarding to Mohbad, Well, when we heard about how the causes of what actually led to his spy, and we're like, oh my God, this is really, really messy. And I got myself involved as well. And that's just the way it is. We in the structure group, we are only there, not there to rule, we are there to serve. We are members of the public that come together to serve. And it was never a group. It was more like a movement. It was like a movement, movement of people like that actually want justice for Mohbad. And if you all know one thing about the movement of structure that was founded by Mr. Miwa, was what he did to me is that because Mr. Miwa gave an instructions that Bossman actually told me that because since last year we've been according to what Madam Ryan Whisper said, that there was no structure, everyone was just having access to Baba Mohbad and all that. So because we needed that structure for us to be able to communicate, proper communication and all that, so we decided to put. So Mr. Miwa said, okay, Bossman, I guess we need to build a structure, and it gave us to come up with people, like people that can actually help out to get the structure and to make this movement to the greater height for us to get justice for Mohbad. And then he said, make sure you contact everybody, those that you talk to, those you don't talk to, that you believe that they can actually make this thing, that can move this train of justice to the greater height. And we reach out to people. We have people like Madam Detola, Ryan Whispers, Lagata, Black Velvet, J Blinks, Ish Talk. I guess we have a Grexy. And Andy was supposed to be there as well. Crunch Cream was supposed to be there as well. And we're again. And some other people. Yeah, Mr. Handy, even Daddy York Daddy is supposed to be there.
York Daddy, yeah.
And we still have more people that are supposed to join us. Even Wester was there. If Arifa wasn't in where he is right now, he's supposed to be there as well. So, because he have his own place there. And the reason why we came up with this structure is that we discovered that our major problem in this Justice for Mohbad is lack of proper information. The members of the public, they deserve to know what is really going on. And we try to construct a channel where people can actually, where we can get information to the right people, to the people, where you can get, the public can get proper information to the right channel without any dilution. Because we have different narratives, different story, wrong informations, e.g., like when some people came up and said that the legal team of Odumosu was fired. It wasn't nothing like fired. I'm not here to bash anyone. I'm only here for clarity and accountability and to tell you just the way it is, So that's just the way it is. So now, today, I'm not going to talk much. I guess Madam Detola, Berekete, and Lady Ryan have actually said a lot of what I want to say. I just want to touch a little bit of where they didn't touch. So one thing about the structure group, our goal is for accountability, transparency, and to build a proper communication from the legal team to the people. Because the people have the right to know what is really going on. And about the GoFundMe, the access account, and the Women Back account, it is the duty of the public to know how or where, what direction their money actually went to. And that's just the way why we are there, to make sure that we put things in place. So we always have a meeting during the daytime, day, evening, even in the midnight time. Sometimes we've been on the phone for 15 hours. Madam Detola, yesterday you've been awake since 2 a.m., right?
Yes.
Yeah, 2 a.m. She has been awake, walking, thinking, brainstorming on how to do. Especially when the issue of Arifa came up, day and night deliberating and all stuff like that. So we're actually aware of the other group, the structure of the Mr. Chairman, and we've been in existence though. But we are aware that, so I don't want to go through all that, but the thing is that we are a set of people with great minds, great ideas. We all came into this Justice for Mohbad to support, to contribute our quota. But I just don't know why we all can't work together as one so we can have one voice. This is where I'm coming from. The structure group has given me at least I've never been in any platform with Madam Detola or with Berekete or with Brad Bradford. So, and even with, I guess that was my first time of me also speaking with Ish Talk. I've never been on this platform on the box, so that we share the same platform. And if you know, let me take you back to the memory lane. And I know not everyone really likes me based on the, what actually happened in the past regarding to spending the money, Westo, Arifa issue, and all stuff like that. And when Mr. Miwa came up with the structure team, he said, I bring everybody together. Bring everybody together. And because of justiceformohbad, and because of the structure group and movement, we're able to scratch all the path, or whatever we had. Myself and Mama Detola, we don't talk. So it was a structure group that brought us together. Westo was also part of it. We had a meeting together, and you see, and even Arifa himself, we spoke with Arifa, he spoke with us and all stuff like that. We stopped because, you like it or not, they are soldiers. We are the soldiers, and we are the movement. We are the army of justiceformohbad. And we discovered that since yes, is it true that there are different groups? Yes, we have different groups, even smaller groups, subgroups and all that. People have their own ideology and all stuff like that. But we're like, okay, can we just bring everyone, people that can actually make this movement, that can move it to the greater height, bring them together? And that's exactly what Mr. Miwa told us to do, and that's exactly what we did, And we were still working, it was still under construction. We're still under construction because there are still more people that were needed to be brought in that we haven't reached out to them yet at that time. So, we had a free time to be with these great people, and it's a very nice thing for us to serve the people for justiceformohbad. And what to my greatest surprise, I just do not know why some of us why we cannot tolerate each other or work together. We never had any issue with a big group of structure. We didn't have any issue with the chairman group. There was no fight. There was no issue at all. All what we wanted, Mr. Miwa said that since he has created the structure group, that can the chairman group that he was not aware of, they trying to form a group. Then since they went ahead to form a group, he said, okay, there's already a group of structure. Can you people come and join the structure group so we can come together? They said no. So in the group, we said, okay, since they said no, can we also dissolve our group and go to them? They said no. But we can't have two different groups. That is like a double. It's like a double. When you have two groups with the same goal, the same, just a little bit of different, because we are based on the transparency and accountability of how the money is being spent. Why the orders are actually made for how money goes into the GoFundMe, And there are some the few times that we've been in there. There are a lot we actually accomplish a lot of we get some things done, and that's just the way it is. But the fact is that there was no synergy, there was no cooperation. They are not ready to work with us, and we can't have the same double group working on the same thing. So I guess we told Mr. Miwa at this junction, since they don't want ready to work with us, I guess it's better for Mr. Miwa to dissolve this structure group. So we told Mr. Miwa that I guess it's high time for him to dissolve this group, and that's just the way it is. We never had any issue. Mr. Chairman is a very good person. Mr. Andy. I guess we have Mr. Guresi and the crunch screen and all that. But the thing is that proper information should be, and we should be able to carry the proper information to people. They deserve it. They deserve accountability. Like I said, till date, I still stand with the public. Accountability and transparency is actually needed. Proper structure is also needed. But it's nice. I don't have issue with no one, and if I've in this course of this mobile, if I've actually did something wrong with one or two people, I am any one of you, I am so sorry about that. We're only here to serve and to contribute our own quota for justiceformohbad. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mama Detola, for allowing me to speak on your platform today.
The boss man, thank you so very much. Everything you have said is the truth and nothing but the truth. It was a pleasure, and it's still a pleasure working with you in the structure that was dissolved yesterday. Yes, we never, we wearing, I won't say wearing cool, but we didn't cross each other's path. But when I came into the group, of course, we saw each other on a different level. So God bless you. God bless your home. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for, there's no way, no how. But at least that maturity, I will continue to say it, that I saw from you guys within that group. It means a lot to me. God bless your home and God bless everything that has to do with you. Thank you very much. Mr. Aristocrat, sir, I intentionally invited you, my brother. How are you? Good afternoon or good evening.
Good day.
I know. I like I said, I intentionally invited you here. I just wanted you to hear us out, because I actually on my panel team right now is a structure group. The structure group has been dissolved. We're not saying we want to come back. If they ask us to come back, we will, but we're not saying we want to. But sometimes it's good and it's best to get clarity from people who are actually involved. They're listening to hearsays. So, sir, before I hand the mic over to you, I want to point something out real quick. One of our sisters, she was on my platform a few minutes ago, Fola, and she said, not her, I take that back. I read in the comment section that Crunch Queen was fired. There's nothing like anybody was fired. Me, Detola Aduke, belong to the structure group. Crunch Queen belonged to the management group. Both group has been dissolved. There's nothing like anybody was fired. I was never a part of the GoFundMe, as in the 4 people involved in it. It's only 4 people, 1, 2, 3, 4. Baba Mohbad, Mr. Muyiwa, Lighton, and Buki Jesse. I was never a part. Golden Crutch was never, our names were never in there. So why are they getting the narratives from that? Me, I wasn't there, no. They said Gold Crunch was fired. People need to stop with all these narratives. What's the meaning of fired? Nobody was employed. We took it. It was our own initiative to do what we did behind closed doors, despite the fact that it wasn't appreciated, and that's not going to stop us from forging ahead with that. So let me leave my mic for now so the aristocrat, if you have any questions that you want to ask me, sir, if there's anything you wanted to know about what was on ground before, please let me just, you can ask me, feel free, and I will respond to you accordingly, sir. Thank you, and God will honor you as you have honored me by coming to my platform.
All right. Good day.
Good day.
Regards to everyone. A quick one for me. You see, I don't believe in groups.
Your opinion, sir?
Yes, I don't believe in groups. But I believe people should work together.
Yes.
Now, everybody has his or her special line where you can contribute. If you see like minds, you can flow together to have cohesion. But naming group, make it so conventional. And you don't see that kind of assault from different groups feeling one group is better than each other. That is why I don't like group. 2, before now, it was just yesterday, I heard about structure group, management group. I've never heard it before.
Okay.
The only thing I've been hearing is Baba's legal team. And I've always said, I don't know them as legal team. Because only lawyers will be legal team. You call footballers football team, and they are cool. Now you could say, and I call them Afeni Ferry. Anybody can hold me for that. I call them aside the legal team, the rest are Afeni Ferry group. Afeni Ferry in English mean well wishers. But the Afeni Ferry group have turned themselves to authorities. Everybody want to come out and give information. I spoke to Baba, I spoke to Muyiwa, I say this, I give you for free, I say that. And that is where the problem comes in. When you put yourself to God on a matter that is not your matter, you should expect bashing. When people now ask you questions and you remain dumb, even Mr. Muyiwa came on Papariano, couldn't answer me.
Are you there?
You asking questions like, Amira.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Now, you asked Muyiwa some question like, what did you agree with Berekete? No, I don't know. Go and ask Berekete. You don't say that to people that are concerned about things and are supporting things, people that called on in the first place. You don't tell to people that you cannot cry more than the bereaved. When the bereaved never came out, when the guy died, to say government should look to it. The so-called family didn't do that. It is this don't cry more than a bereaved that went out and called the government to say, we want to know what happened before government acted. Now, let me put that aside. Now, it was just yesterday I heard about structure group management. The first time I heard that chairman and crunch were walked into Baba's.
Is that noise from your end, sir?
It might be from my head because I'm around some electrical that are on.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say is, the first time I heard about people being co-opted into a team was on Papariano's group one evening, where Lady Harris was and Bayo were congratulating chairman who was on the panelist, who was with the panelist and said, congratulations for being co-opted. And at then, everybody were talking about GoFundMe. And our chairman said, yes, it's a call for duty, etc., etc. I don't even know who Crunch Queen was. It was later when she was talking about GoFundMe. Now, what most of us thought, we were not thinking of being co-opted into management, operation, or structure. No. We saw it as, he has joined the likes of Rex to see into how best information can be going out, how best people can be fed with what is going on. Now, that was what I thought. Until yesterday, I was hearing about, was it Ryan Whisper? Someone invited me. And they were, no, not Ryan Whisper, Joy Reality.
Yeah, that's Jay Blinks.
Bossman was there, I think like that. I was there too. They were all talking about structure group. I'm like, I then asked the question, are we saying there are two groups now? You know, that was the question I asked. I think someone answered and said no and all that. That was before Mr. Miwa came with dissolving the groups. Now for me, why are people making noise about group? Sincerely, that is my opinion. On everybody's platform on this thing, your platform, everybody's platform, Ryan Wood's platform, Papariano's platform, the Ish, and all other people. I do not go to a number of platforms. Maybe I visited one or twice. I'm mostly on Papariano. Now, everybody talk about this justice for mobile. Everybody mobilize people on their platform. At the end of the day, there are still same people who move from one place to another because they want to get information. People ought not to be jumping from group to get information. There ought to be a central information panel where everybody get the information. You need to go to one person, and we all know information are distorted from one sender to the another, from the source. If three people are going to disseminate same information, they will say it in different ways. The receiver will translate, we interpret it in different ways. It brings up form of distortion in the channel. Now, that is what has been existing. But most things people are asking for is this. We want more information. When the likes of Gracie or Andy or whoever come and give information, you ask them questions, they begin to do M. They will tell you some things categorically. And you will find out that they give you answer and go back to go and walk to that answer. I say it all the time. Because that is what I see. You come, people ask you a question, you are not honorable enough to say, sorry, I don't have information to that, I'll get back to you. But they kind of give you an answer. At the end of the day, they will be going to other platforms to be walking to that answer. What are you doing? If you don't have answer, you don't have it. It's not by force. You don't give answers you don't have. Don't give answers from what you think. At the end of the day, most of the information we are all getting is hearsay. Then say, becomes truth.
Aristocrat. Yeah, can you just give me 1 minute? Let me just respond to that before you go ahead. Is that okay?
Please do.
Thank you. Now, you see, for me, I have said it, and I've been saying it, that we need a channel, even if it's just once or twice a week, to give updates. Now, with the structure is supposed to grab all posts under one umbrella to merge. So that was the process we were in. That was the reason why the structure said they wanted to meet with Mr. Adewale, which is the chairman, and they were still in the process of inviting this host, that host, Do you understand what I'm trying to say? The point is to put everybody under one umbrella if possible. But when we made the move to Adewale, Crunch Queen, and Andy, they said they don't want to merge. Let me
tell you my view.
Yeah.
I just told you that while on Papariano's platform, a couple of people were congratulating chairman to say he's been co-opted into the Afenifere group. This is what I think. If there's going to be systematic organogram, or you want to create a system and say things should be going out properly, you don't have to call it any name. Don't give it nomenclature. I think what Muiwa should have done is, the people that want to be there, maybe Ryan Whisper, yourself, maybe any other body, co-opt them into the existing group. Now have a meeting and say, this is the tax before us. This is what we want to do.
That's what I'm telling you. So that was what
Can I come in here?
Try to get what I'm saying.
Here, please?
Okay.
Let me explain.
I'm not interrupting you. I just wanted to add to what you said.
Hold on, Mr. Aristocrat. Sorrow for 1 second.
I'm sorry, Mr. Aristocrat. I'm not interrupting you, and I do apologize for that. I only wanted to add to what you said. I have great respect for you. You're a man of integrity. I've had a lovely time, engaging you on my platform. So thank you so much for having this moment again with you, Mr. Aristocrat. You've said a lot of things, and you're very right. What you've said, 100%, 1,000% correct. I will tell you that. Now, you've talked about teams. You've talked about the information. And also, I want you to understand, or other people who are listening, it's one thing to come on platforms to say something. If you have no information, you say, I don't have that information. However, because people are looking up to you to give them some form of information. So that information has to be true. If you don't have the answer to that information, what I do is, I'm sorry, just like you said, I don't have that information. I'll get back to you on that. Now, with every teams that have been created, you said you don't believe in teams, and that's true. I never believed in teams as well. But what I found was me coming on social media, talking on social media, showing my concern, looking at other people, just like you and myself, others on the panelists, and also the comment section, knowing that we have questions and we have no answer to those questions, we don't go to bed at night. It affects us very early in the morning. We are up. Why? We want to know. We want answers. We want to check. We want to know what is going on. Hence, some people took it upon themselves to do something extra. Reach out. Reach out. We became that force and that responsibility to reach out, to find out more what is going on so that we can pass it here. However, in doing that, you have to call A, B, C is exhausting. D, have they done this? Who has gone here? Who have called? Who has done this? It's very exhausting. And then you find that you create a group chat, because we all know that what teams are representing, or what team, the word team represents, is a bunch of, or a group, or a bunch of concerned individuals pursuing a common interest. In this case, the pursuit for justice for Ilerioluwa Oladimeji, aka Aloba, aka Mohbad. Now that you have them in a chat, what are you doing? You have automatically created a team. We're all pursuing the same. So it's not like we want to really, really create that team. But for the fact that you cannot be calling A, B, C, D, it's exhausting. You put them in a group. After a while, you want to, like you said, we shouldn't even give the group a name. It shouldn't have been like that. But in the case of Mr. Muiwa, he asked, we all came together. The streets, people were screaming, we need a structure. Now that we have a son, we need a structure. No more stories. We need accountability. We need to show responsibility. We need all of these things. And so, just like yourself, me, Sister Detola, Bossman, any other person that can reach out, we did reach out. How can we create this structure? I'm not going to bug you with a lot of gist. I just wanted to add to what you're saying. Mr. Muiwa was like, Bossman, you help me get a group and then put everything under this group. Every team that you can find, everybody, whether it's blogger, anybody that has a common interest with fighting for justice for Mohbad, put them there. And that was how I was contacted as well. I came in there. So I just wanted you to understand the reason why we have
I understand what you're saying.
Thank you very much.
Let me rephrase what I said. I know there are groups. I know there are. You see, it always amazes people when I make analysis on platform. I'm someone that pick information because I work in the field of intelligence. I pick information and I make analysis based on facts. Facts might not be true, but that is the fact available. Now, I get information from sources. Things going on, and I'm never part of the Afenifere group. I don't want to be. I make my contributions where I have to be. Financially, connection-wise, I do it. But I always love to be a ghost. So when people ask me, oh, you're against this, have you contributed? I don't have to tell you. It's not your business. Do what you got to do. But it's what I'm saying, is it fact or not? Out of 100 times, I believe I might have been corrected maybe twice to say, oh, it is not true that you heard. But you know what I'm saying is part of the truth. Where do I get the information from? I got it from groups, but they don't have names. I call them like-minded people. And this is what I simply want to see. Now, I don't have business with Muyiwa. I don't have business with Andy. I don't have business with them. Because with all the information I always get, even before they get it, and I use that to ask them questions. I should be the one coming on platform and say, I hear this, why should I do that? I don't need it. Information is for me to make my judgments. It's not for me to go out because I am not a PR team or communication manager for anybody. I'm just like anybody. But I want to be informed in what I do. And what you are all doing is laudable because you want to be able to organize yourself and ensure that you speak with one voice. But this is what I'm trying to say. Now, trying to speak with one voice, if you see what has been happening before now, Bossman knows, you too know, that there is always ego problem. Before now, the first time I came on your platform, in January, I spoke about the strategy, first strategy they ought to adopt. And I said, whoever has the ears of Baba and his team should tell them.
Sure.
I don't need them to say, come and join us because I gave you idea. I gave you idea because you are the one doing it, and I'm only helping you. Chikena.
So
if
true.
I want the job, I will apply for it. But if I have the experience and know-how, I will give it to you. It's for you to go and work it. You cannot get job for someone and work and do the job for them. I've helped you to function well.
It's not such law. Why are we creating law? I mean, this woman must be investigated.
The kingdom to talk, then I will come after because I think he.
Good morning, everyone. Dish Talk. Thank you very much for that. York Daddy agree with everyone in the panelists and to all the comment section. Right. Before I forge ahead, I am going to say that I, Lagata Brekete Gaza, in Justiceformohbad, I pledge my honesty, my truth, and my transparency. That's what I came into justice for, and nothing will take me away from that. But if I have acted or move in any shady way for this Justiceformohbad, may Almighty God strike me to death.
Lagata, please now.
No.
Stop this thing now.
No. You know
why? You know why he's saying this? Too many betrayal. Too many betrayal. This Justiceformohbad. Let him talk.
This is the thing.
Too many betrayal.
On that fateful day, I received a message to send my number, and then I was added on a call, which obviously was Bossman and Rain Whisper. And I was told that Mr. Muyiwa Aloba's brother has called him and asked him to set up a structure Justiceformohbad. And I personally believe that is what we all need in this justice. I have been in this Justiceformohbad since September the 12th, 2023.
Sorry, I just want to pin a point there because I'm noting there's this cogent point Detola made, and you're also trying to you said now that you were called, and the people that called you said to you that Mr. Muyiwa has called them to start up a structure, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, go on.
And I asked several questions because I do not want to, because of what has been happening on TikTok and all of that, I don't want to be in any group, because even before that call, a lot of rumors have been going around that Lagata is working with Bossman, he's working with this, that in the group. It was a lie. I never had his number, he never had my number. Only communication he has done is in my TikTok inbox. So when I asked so many questions, and I believe before that day, a structure is needed, because there's been a lot of misinformation that has been flying around. Am I audible?
Right.
Very well, bro. Hello. Very well.
Thank you. So there's been a lot of misinformation that is flying around, and that makes me believe that it's because some people know what they know, some people know what they know, and different people know what they know. So there was an incident that happened on Papariano's platform a day when Andy was on the panel with Crunchy Queen, and they were talking about stuff. It was actually Andy that said that he sent a message to Papariano, and Papariano brought out the message and put it in a big screen, and everyone was reading it. And he said, and I quote, that Mr. Aloba, they're about to change the legal team, blah, 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 blah. And I was on that platform. So I was surprised. And I put a call through to Mr. Muyiwa, and I asked him, sir, is this true that you're changing the legal team? We just have a few days to Corona inquest. And he said, no, he's not aware. He said, hold on, let me add the barrister. And he did. And barrister, is this true that they are changing the legal? And he said, no, that he's not aware of this. So I was now shocked. I said, but on the platform that I was now, I screen recorded it. I said, there's some information there, and a lot of people were listening there. And people were saying in the comment section, why are we changing lawyer now, blah, 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 blah. A lot of things was going on. And they said, no, that it was a lie. And he actually asked me to please go back to that platform and tell them that it was a false information. And I straight away, I came off that group call. I went back to Papariano, he brought me up, and I said, due respect, that I would like to debunk what Mr. Andy just said, because he was saying it because he was saying it as he had a full information and authorization to say that. So I went up there and I said, this information, please, we should disregard this information that until it's verified by Mr. Muyiwa, which happens to be the mouthpiece. So immediately Andy said to me, Lagata, please check your inbox. I've messaged you, blah, blah, blah. I said, oh, sorry, I don't really check inbox, but I will check it now. And when I checked it, Mr. Andy asked me to send his number, my number to him. Apparently he has been calling me, and then I didn't know that number was a WhatsApp number. So I called him after that live show, and we spoke, and he said, Lagata, I've been trying to get hold of you, that there are things that he wanted to discuss with me. I said, sorry that I did not check my inbox on TikTok like that, because there's so many messages here and there. And then we squashed that. I said, well, that they are not planning to change the legal team, but they want to expand the legal team. That was the right word. And they said, okay, and we squashed that. So now, this is another reason why I believe that everybody, I can only speak for myself, but everybody is fighting for justice for you. but probably with different motives. And then that's the reason why I always believe that we are all in this justice, but I think in different ways. So the structure ends why I personally support there should be a structure in Justice for Mohbad, because everybody just going out there doing what they like and saying what they know, even though if it's a fact or it's not fact. So I strongly believe, and it's messing up with a lot of us mentally. Like, so this one will say this, that one will say that one will say another thing, and it was all going around on the TikTok, and it's not giving us headway. So ends why initially in my own mind I believe the structure will make sense. So when they reach out to me, I said, well, this is good. That's it. We need a structure in Justice for Mohbad so that we can manage information and we can have the right information, because everyone wakes up every day. They come to TikTok just because they want to be informed. They want to know what is happening. They want to, every day, every one of us do that, which is the fact. So now, when Bossman, I said, well, I wouldn't mind, because I believe the structure will work. So, but before I join this group, I would want to confirm from Mr. Muyiwa Aloba, that is the mouthpiece. So they said, are we lying? I said, no, it's not about you lying. It's about being careful and verifying that there's a right source and it's what Mr. Muyiwa Aloba wanted. And they said, okay, that's no problem. So they added Mr. Muyiwa to that call. And Mr. Muyiwa said, and I quote, and there is evidence for that. He said that he was the one who asked Bossman to create a structure group that would have every host and most of the panelists and the people that have interest that are fighting for justice for Mohbad. And he said, if everyone can put their differences aside and they can come together, since we are in here for justice, and it's not justice for me or justice for anybody that does not agree with each other. And to me, personally, that was a nice submission and that was a good move. So I wasn't okay with Bossman, even though people think we are in a team. We are never in a team. You know, everybody have their own ways. Sometimes I disagree with him. Sometimes he disagree with me when we are doing submission or we're in the panel talking, which is fine. So now, this is the thing here. I want everybody to please pay attention. Mr. Muyiwa Aloba, I am sorry to say, you and Gracie are the main problem we have in this justice for Mohbad. And I repeat, you're the main problem. Are you guys doing it deliberately? I don't know. But the problem here is you guys are taking this justice for Mohbad, the power given to you cannot even be, you can't even make decision. And I told him in the meeting as well. So this is the point. He was on that call. He said he wants everybody, he repeat, and he was emphasizing on make sure, he was telling Bossman, everybody is included. Now, in that same meeting, they were mentioning names. York Daddy name was there, and the Crunchy Queen, Ishtalk, and loads of names. Over 30-something names was listed that, okay, how do we go about it? Please, before you add anybody to the group, I was not in the group yet, it was just a group call. Make sure that at least you speak to individual. Ask them if they want to be part of the group or not. Don't just go and add anybody. And he said, no, I can't do that because I don't have most people's number. And Mr. Muyiwa in the past wrote an appreciation letter to me that they like the way we are handling the platform, fighting for justice, and he prayed that such will not happen to our family, blah, 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 blah. And I acknowledged it and I said, you are welcome, sir. And I said, you are welcome, sir. And that I'm not going to take too much time.
So let me continue from where I stopped. I want to appreciate everybody that is standing genuinely for the cause of justice for Mohbad, and I also want to appreciate those that are also working to make sure that we don't get justice for Mohbad. Thank you so much for everything you are doing. God will pay us back. Now, what I see in all of these things that is going on is ego, nothing but ego. That is number one. Number two, I see management problem. There are some people, they are born leaders, and there are some people, they are not born leaders. And once you put them in a management position, they mismanage everything. And I'm sorry to say, I will talk, and I will also remember that I'm a Yoruba boy that came out of Yoruba culture, so I will have to put respect to everything I'm going to say. I want to respect Mr. Muyiwa, but his leadership role, I'm sorry about it. His leadership role is not too perfect. I'm so sorry about that. Now, for the group one, which is the management or the board of the management group, and the group two, which is the structure group, they are two different groups that serve different purposes, but they look alike. Now, I'm going to start from where I was invited into the structure group. I was contacted. I'm not going to mention the name of those people that contacted me, because I respect privacy and I respect private discussion. So I was contacted. I was told, okay, I would like you to be here. Two people would like you to be part of this. I'm not going to call it a group. We would like you to be part of this body, because this body, looking at what has happened in the previous week, talking about transparency, talking about accountability, talking about feeding the public back on what is happening, probably behind the closed door. So I'm not going to be using the word group. I don't like the word group. I'm going to be using the word body. So when I was invited to be part of that particular body of the structure, I was like, I respect those people too much, because I know what they stand for, which is why I was like, okay, if they can be here, then definitely I can step in. So I went into the group, and what I was able to discover, in my own opinion, I saw that, okay, this is a good one. It's actually a nice one. Mr. Muyiwa is in the structure group, and he is also in the management group. But that is the reason why I said we have management problem. Now, look at this. People saying we don't need group, or we don't need body, we don't need body. I stand to be corrected. We need a body, because people came out and people said we need transparency, we need this, we need that, we need this, we need that. If there is nobody that wishes to attend to that, nobody will come out and feed us on what is happening. Now, this is what I was able to discover from the explanation of Mr. Andy and the structure group. The Mr. Andy management group, which comprises of Crunch Queen and some other set of people, in my own opinion, I believe they are the one that stands for let the money come in through the GoFundMe. They go out, they agitate, let us fund, let us fund, let us fund. Now, what I was able to discover in the structure group, at least one of the things I saw is that they want to know that the money that is coming in, how are you guys spending it? How are you spending it? The one that came in, how have you guys spent it? Now, one is for let the money come in, the other one is for transparency, according to my own, what I've been able to discover. One is for let the money come in, and the other one is for the money that is coming in, how are you guys spending it? So that is what I was able to discover. Actually, I'm going to be sincere with everybody. I exited the group this morning for personal reasons. You understand? I've never been in a body before. I've never been invited before. I like to do my own things by my own self. I don't like carrying too many things on my head. I have my own issues too. You understand? So I exited it, not because of, even before I knew that issue happened, I exited this morning, and I, messaged one of the persons that invited me. But what I'm trying to say in essence is this, that the leadership problem is what brought us to this place where we are. Now, while I was in the group, They were able to talk about Mr. Arifa, at least 1 or 2 things they were able to talk about it, and it was a nice one. You see, there is need for a body, whether we like it or not. There is need for a body. But I'm sorry to say this, we are not matured enough to manage a body. I don't know, I only know myself. People might have different motive. You understand? People might have different motive as it concerns whatever, but I know what I stand for. I stand for justice for Mohbad, and that was the reason why I made mention of it earlier this morning. So a body is needed to checkmate. A body is needed. You know, just like some of the things that Mr. Anders said, just like some of the things that Wummi Detola said, if those things are not present, some of these things will not be checked. So when, I'm sorry to say this here, when you are making it difficult for the transparency or the accountability to be presented to the people, well, I'm going to ask you one question. What do you stand for? There is need for a body. It is not Baba Mohbad that is going to come and tell people. It is not, everybody is asking for accountability. Oh, you guys, the only, I'm going to say this. So many people donated into the GoFundMe because they heard Crunch Queen said something like, I have integrity. I'm going to protect my integrity. I'll make sure that every one of you guys, you get accountability, and it's going to be transparent. I have my integrity to protect. But it's so painful, just like your daddy said when he was having his monologue, when he was having his introduction, he said something that was not created in the face of the public. Why are you now bringing it to the public? These things are some of the things that as a leader, as our own fathers, our own brothers, you know, these are some of the things that we can solve behind the closed door. Okay, now, what is wrong with, ladies and gentlemen, this is what the structure groups stand for. This is what the management group stand for. You want a merger. Okay, this and this and this. As leaders, as elders, we should be able to manage some of these things. Not like we are going to bring our house into the general public. Some things that we have discussed. I mean, something that has been discussed in the management group now that is not supposed to be outside has been brought outside. It has been brought outside. Why? Because definitely I need to prove a point. You need to prove a point. You need to vindicate yourself like, I'm not there. Things that does not need to be brought to the public is now in the public. When are we going to, I'm sorry for this, yeah? I'm sorry for my word. When are we going to grow up? I'm sorry for that. When are we going to grow up as our mommies and our daddies? When are we going to grow up? Leadership problem and ego, because I see no reason why we cannot work, why there can't be synergy. I see no reason why there can't be synergy. If this is working towards this and this is working towards that, we can combine every effort together to achieve one thing. But why are we making it difficult? Why are we making it difficult? See, to be sincere, if everybody in the group have the same mind, if everybody in the group, I'm not saying we don't have the same mind, if everybody in that group have the same mind, I bet you everything in justice for Mohbad will work perfectly well. But I only know my mind, and I'm sorry to say, don't say that, yeah. But you know, we can achieve something. Leadership problem and ego is what we have that is disturbing us. I want to mute my mic here. It is justice for Mohbad that Ishtok Olayinka. It is justice for Mohbad that I'm looking for.